Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's Jordan and Jose here. Woo! We're going to be cleaning up the new studio today because, let me tell you, it looks like a dog's breakfast in here. So we've got to get in all the nooks and crannies and remove all the dirt and just sort of clean everything up. So I've got the shop vac, we've got our mop, we've got all the cleaning supplies we require, and got the best helper anyone could ever wish for. Oh, it's so gross in here. Check out some of these dirty spots. Yeah. Just got old Spidey hanging out right here, and look at the grime in the door. Oh goodness, all of this has got to be removed. Back here, the entire floor needs to be cleaned. I got to go rent like a big industrial floor cleaner. Look at this stain. That's because the overhead heater was clearly dripping once upon a time when it was operational. So you got like a big rust stain right there. So that's got to be dealt with. And then this wall, goodness me, it's got to be repaired. It's got like these massive holes in it everywhere. So I'm actually going to be painting this wall eventually. But just all this like grossness needs to be scraped off the wall before we paint it. Plus back here, like in the corner, oh goodness. Like, oh, I'll have to get Jose on that corner. It is disgusting. So I'm just going to be like putzing around here all day and just trying to make this place look a little bit better than it already does, right? I don't think it looks that good right now, but look at that potential. That's what I love to see. So it's been a tremendous amount of fun just going around and scraping everything off the floor and just try to get all the gunk that won't be able to be removed from like some sort of industrial cleaner, just scraping that off. And you know what? I think we're getting ready to embark on our first major renovation in this new place. And that is actually removing that wall right there. So this is the larger room, right? And then there's two smaller rooms right here, and that wall there sort of divides these rooms. So I was thinking to myself, it would be really neat if I could make that one large room. I can't make it like one massive room, but we can make it two large rooms. So this wall right here actually isn't load bearing because it was actually slapped in after the fact. This wall right here is actually load bearing. So we can remove this one to make this one big room. You can see that this like wood panel wall here is just like fitted in place. There's not really any support or supporting beams in there. It's not part of the support structure for the mezzanine up top. So that can be removed. So now this wall will be gone and we're going to have room number 1 and room number 2. And of course, those two large rooms are going to be underneath my studio space, which is right up here, and we'll be overlooking the Lego City. How you doing down there, Jose? She's good. So yeah, it's day 1 construction, and we're going to get aggressive with removing an entire wall. There we go. Expose the 2x4s and the pink insulation. The wood paneling has met its maker. Well, look at that. Just a brown shag carpet, and the wall is gone. And there's the pile of lumber with a lot of nails. But I'm definitely really happy with the end results of this. Like, that is fantastic. That was the wall, and now that wall is no longer there. So now we have one like giant room and one like room that's almost the same size. And I actually just went through and chiseled out all of the like grout, and that's all gone. So now what we're going to do is actually reuse the tile that was actually flanking the walls. You see how it's sort of like a baseboard there? So you've got this tile here, and we should be able to use that and some additional mortar and then fill that spot in there. So it's going to blend in pretty nicely. Of course, you're going to see it a little bit, but I don't think that's the end of the world. I think it's better that the wall is gone. There's a little bit of like damage up here. Maybe we can put some paint on that or something. And then, of course, we're going to be repainting all of the walls in all what used to be 3 of these rooms and is now 2 of the rooms because the paint just needs to be redone. Doesn't look very good at all, but look at that. I'm so happy that we were able to get rid of this wall at first. I wasn't sure if it was structural, and then after I talked with my handyman, it was clearly not structural, so It could very easily be removed, which I'm happy about because that little room there, like, it's so small. I didn't know if I was going to make that like a Star Wars room or if the area that I'm standing in now would be a Star Wars room. So I'm happy with it being one big room because now we'll be able to put shelving around the entire perimeter. And then we'll probably be able to run some smaller, like the best units, what my medieval village or my medieval diorama is currently on, throughout the center of the room. And it's just going to be pretty epic because you imagine sets all the way along there, sets along there, sets where I'm standing now, and then sets in the middle as well, or maybe some sort of diorama or something. It's just going to be epic. And then we can do the exact same thing in the other room, which is currently the home of the wood. So at this particular point in time, it's actually March 1st, which was, of course, the original possession date. But luckily for me, I actually got in here yesterday, which was February 29th. And I was able to do my official reveal video, and now we're starting to do construction. I didn't really line up a whole lot of trades for today because, well, it was supposed to be the original possession date, so I didn't know when I would be getting the keys. So most of the trades are going to be happening next week. Like on Monday, we're going to be, taking a look at the furnace. Actually, we're doing that tomorrow. The furnace guy's coming by tomorrow, so that's good. And then the handyman that's helped me out with a lot of the general renovations is coming here over the weekend as well. So that's good as well. But the electricians aren't going to be here until Monday. And a lot sort of relies on that as well because we can improve the lighting in here. And also we've got to take down the light fixtures in the shelving rooms because a lot of the ceiling is going to have to be repainted as well. And we don't want to repaint the ceiling until the light fixtures have been removed. And that's sort of their thing. So I don't really want to tamper with that at all. But look at that. The wall is gone. Oh, that was just such a relief. Such a relief indeed. So actually, my main handyman, he's coming here tomorrow and he's going to start painting this room. But once again, he can't touch the ceilings until the light fixtures have been dealt with. He's also going to be painting this room here. It's just going to be like an off-white color. So this like weird blue color will no longer be a thing. And then we're going to be painting back here eventually as well. And he's going to try and match the color that's already back here because you don't want to make it missy-matchy and you don't want to paint all the way up into the ceiling because that could get expensive paint-wise. So he's going to try and match the color for back here. And then I was thinking to myself today as I was cleaning up the carpet, or the floor here, and how I determined the fact that I want to hire a company that's actually going to clean the floor for me. I haven't quite decided yet what I'm going to do with this floor. If I'm going to leave it concrete or if I'm going to put carpet in. You know what? I might be leaning toward the carpet route just because I think it'll make it feel a little bit less warehousey, and it will also make it feel a little more cozy. It'll be easier on the joints because you don't want to walk on cement. Also easier on the knees if I'm ever in a crawling scenario. So that might actually happen. I might be putting carpet here, but it's not going to be like a thick carpet that you would put in a house. It would just be carpet tile, similar to what we're going to be doing up there in my workspace. So I might actually match the carpet tile feel down here. Now, I'm okay with doing that because I don't think this big roller door is going to be opened very often. Once I actually get the Lego in here, this roller door isn't going to be used all the time. So I'm okay with putting carpet down here, even though it's not what you would typically see in a warehouse. But I'm okay with it because this isn't a warehouse. And that roller door isn't going to be open and closed. In fact, I don't plan on accessing this place from the back door very often at all. So maybe it would be worth it putting some carpet back here. And then in regards to the roller door, I actually might be doing something to cover that up as well because it doesn't really look that nice. So I'm thinking some sort of large curtain that's going to span the entire back wall. Whether that's the cloud curtain that I've been talking about or something, but I need to talk to somebody in regards to that. I might have an entire curtain that goes over that whole back wall just to hide that warehouse door. Because the reality is when I come in here and we're filming a Lego City update or whatever it may be, you're going to see that and it's going to stick out sort of like a sore thumb. No matter what I do, you're going to see that this is sort of a warehouse, and even though there'll be a bunch of cool Lego in the center of the room, well, you're going to see that warehouse door. So I think I need to try and cover that up as well. I'm really excited about tomorrow because once again, the heating guy's coming by on Saturday. How cool is that? Happy that he's going to be here, and we can start talking about cleaning up this disaster right behind me here. Oh, that's going to be terrific. Also, this silver vent, you see that big ugly thing? Oof, doesn't look good at all. But that thing is way oversized because that is actually only feeding 2 vents. There's one vent right here and another vent over here. So I'm hoping that I can discuss my options with him tomorrow in regards to removing that just because it's sort of ugly. And then we can tidy up the majority of this archaic piping as well. Now, for the pony wall that we're going to be building up top here, I was talking to the gentleman that's going to be building that for me today. He was here all day with me. Well, just the afternoon, I should say, a few hours. It's the good gentleman I tore down that wall with. But we are going to be doing the shelving up here that sort of acts as a pony wall. And what we could do, and I actually might do, is I have something that could potentially go on this side of the pony wall that faces the Lego City. And I think that might be the Bricksie wall that I made. So yeah, out of Lego, that might look cool there. And then once again, this big ugly steel thing, I hope that can be reduced in size. And the gentleman that's going to build the shelving says he can just box a little box around it, drywall it off, and make it look pretty. So that will be excellent. And then also the heating guy who's coming by tomorrow as well is going to look into the radiant heating down here, or in this area as well, so we can replace that unit up there with some radiant heating to get a nice even distribution of heat, nice and warm in here, and not a lot of dust blowing around. So I think it's been a good second day. There's been a lot of good conversations, and we're sort of chipping away here. Oh yeah, and then the gentleman that's going to build the wall, or the pony wall with the shelving and helping me tear down the walls and everything, he's also going to be building the walls for the furnace room. But I can't really start on that until the gentleman that's installing the new furnace is here, because you don't know how all that ductwork is going to work. And he's saying that he's going to build it 12 feet tall. So the walls right here are 9 feet tall, going up to the mezzanine. And what he would do is build it 12 feet tall. So there's a little bit of a pony wall right there as well, because we can walk out on top of that, over top of the washrooms there. And then there will be a nice little blockade that matches up with the shelving pony wall as well. So some really good progress here today, even though not a whole lot of construction was done. I feel really good about all the plans that have been laid out. And I'm just like really excited to continue developing this new dream studio space. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know there's not a whole lot of Lego in this vlog, but this is part of the process of building the new Lego studio. And let me tell you, eventually there's going to be a ton of Lego in this place. Thank you so much. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Farewell.